Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Tyranny. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're just to join me today in this beautiful spot in the landscape. Holy crap. It's the soundtrack, it's the landscape, everything is amazing. And we're up here, I came up here to train, only these guys got to train. We are gonna need to train both Cora and Verse later on. But I wanted to talk to Tycon over here and see what rumors he has for me. Supposedly, Bled and Mark once wore 2 wedding shackles in the customs of his culture. I find it daunting prospect. 2 shackles, meaning 2 marriages, joined in union at the same time. I'm unsure whether I envy or pity the man. Well, that's an interesting thing. Do you have anything interesting lately? Okay, he has that, and that's what I wanted to have, to be honest. So we also got an opal. Actually, that's pretty good. And also the scroll. The scroll, if I can understand this correctly, it's used as a resource. You can see it over there. So we got alchemy supplies and we have hide. I don't know what that is for though. Alchemy supplies. Is that an actual item that we have, or is it just I think it might be an item that we have somewhere in here. Oh no, actually it's here. Yeah, duh. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Who's that? Hi. The beast woman squats on her haunches, back bowed and face tilted forwards as she meticulously grooms between the long, calloused fingers of one paw. A mauve tongue laves blood from her glistening claws. She glances up, a jerky, startled movement at your approach, but there's no fear in her, only reaction, instinct, only a readiness to strike. Yeah, that's right. Who is her? It's my new companion, Kills in Shadows.
Fatebinder wants beast woman?
I'd like to spar with you. Can I do that?
Beast woman gets to play fight with Alpha?
She immediately perks up, salivating and snarling happily as she rises on hind legs and swipes several practice swings to limber up. She splays her dark claws wide and pins you with an eager, blood-thrilling stare.
Come!
Oh boy. Before you can step even a single foot forward, the beast woman surges for you without warning, without waiting, tackling you hard about the waist. The force of her weight slams into you, her muscled shoulder rammed into your gut, and you both tumble for the ground in a tangle of limbs and hair and claws. Blast her off of you. Let's go with athletics here, headbutt her. And again, loyalty. I think that would be better because of loyalty. Hands gripping her hairy shoulders and to steady yourself, you ram your forehead as hard as you can into her swarthy snout. Bone crunches audibly and Kills in Shadows howls, rearing back as blood spates down the front of her chin and throat. She gnashes her red-tinged fangs, pained and furious and looking for a moment as if she may very well tear your throat out. But then she licks the blood coating her lips and grins at you dangerously. Beast woman likes fighting with Alpha, she purrs and carefully, sensually crawls back from you. Oh, she knows what she's got. And also I got 2 loyalty though, that's pretty good. Maybe fear would be interesting in her, but I think she will be a loyal follower. Do you had any good hunts lately or something?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
She flexes and curls her claws in the air, the pitch blackness of them suddenly striking, a stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Waded up deep, murky stream near disfavored camp. Pawed in mud of bank, but did not leave tracks. Crept low and quiet to tent flap, scenting with tongue. Caught ironclads and dragged, squirming like hurt rabbits, into cold black depths of river.
She grins, boastful and filled with bloodlust.
Disfavored cannot swim like beast woman, only can sing.
Yeah, they do. If you're going to follow me, I'd like to know more about you. She puffs her hairy, naked teeth out.
Am best hunter.
She boasts, scratching at one idly.
Am last of tribe. Tribe who killed king vipers, Alarion, and thorn stags extinct. Am Alpha, brood mother, can smell earthblood like mystic. What else does Alpha to Kills in Shadow long to know?
Your name, it's interesting.
Best hunter is clever hunter. Stalk slow and soft, pad, silent, strikes fast, kills without hesitation.
How did you end up with the Stonewalkers?
Am not Stone Stalker.
Yeah, that Stone Stalker. Sorry. The beast woman snarls. She bristles, flexing her back and shoulders before settling back on her haunches.
Lost tribe. Left Haven lands. Migrated east. Was alone long time. Hunted many humans. Killed. Raged like undying fire. Then found pack of stone whelps. Caitiffs, outcasts of tribe, who needed alpha.
Actually, let's read about the Stone Stalkers. The largest spanning beast tribe in the entirety of the tiers, the Stone Stalkers of Azure nearly tripled in population during a period of domestication and forced labor in service to the farmers and ranchers of the realm. However, like all beasts, the Stone Stalkers were born wild and yearned to range free, unfettered by humans within their own homeland. In ancient times, the tribe was known as the Meadowkins, but they were denied a name during their centuries of enslavement. In the turmoil created by Kairos' invasion of the Tiers and conquest of Azure, the beasts rebelled and won their freedom. Drawn to the enigmatic presence of Cairn, Archon of Stone, the beasts took the name Stone Stalkers as their own. Oh, that's interesting. After Cairn's defeat, when Kairos proclaimed the Edict of Stone in Azure, creating the Stone Sea, the Stone Stalkers retreated into the wilds. The humans who have since encroached on their territory have been slaughtered. That's interesting.
Could your tribe have been that different? I've run afoul of many a beastman in my day, and I find nothing that distinguishes their savage numbers.
Stay and see. We'll think kills in shadow memorable when insides are being ripped, slow dripping from iron-clad shell.
If you're not a Stone Stalker, why were you leading a pack of beastmen from that tribe?
Is true. Am shadow hunter from Havenlands, but am last of tribe.
She worries the lip between her fangs and bright, fresh blood beats anew.
After tribe was slain, kills in shadow loped to stone lands, stalking on long hunt for disfavored, but soon became needed by weak whelps, by stone stalkers who had been slaves and had not learned how best to fight.
That's interesting. Don't take this the wrong way, but you seem like a born killer. Actually, I think she's gonna take that the right way.
Did not kill out of mother's womb. All whelps suckle first, learn later. Beast woman's first blood was in second season after birth.
She hacks, a clear sign of her amusement. I'd like to know more about your tribe. Insufficient reputation. Okay, well, we'll come back later when we get some of it, although we probably won't be able to get some. She scratches the hairy, taut plane of her stomach and snorts.
Lead conversation. Beast woman will follow.
Let's play a game. Immediately, the beast woman perks up, back straightening as her red eyes rove you with interest.
Like playing with prey, or with pack. We play sometimes with stone whelps. Rut, mate, slaughter.
Her dark maws part in a massive fangy grin.
Is easy. Packmate chooses one of each. Rut, mate, slaughter. If prey is chosen, pack joins ensuing hunt. If packmate is chosen and both agree to game, then pack gets to watch.
Rut, mate, slaughter, eh? How does it have to be 3 different people? I rutted with my old gang boss, Fine Ass. Mated him for a time, and then I killed him. Of all my days running with the chorus, I think I enjoyed asking the most.
What? I'm old enough to be everyone's father. This is disgusting.
Oh, come on, Lantry, don't be like that.
Wow. I appreciate being included in this little... Well, I'm not even really sure what to call this. It's not like any game I've ever played, but... I'm gonna say nothing and pretend like I haven't heard a word anyone said. And then I'm gonna go sing myself a little amnesia.
Oh man, this conversation, it's a good thing she wasn't here when I asked Barrick about how he does this business. Barrick looks at you and simply shakes his head in horror and disbelief. The beast woman pants fast and hard as she eyes you greedily, and you get the distinct impression she's selected you for all 3. Oh boy, well, I think she and Verse are more alike than that particular line would put it, but yeah, that particular line. kind of makes them quite alike. I want to ask her about the tribe.
Brood sister, Creeping Death was prima of Shadowhunter tribe. Kills in Shadow was Bulwark. Second was tough, ruthless, best enforcer. Rutted when wanted, ate when wanted, raised many whelps.
That name is familiar to me, but it's not. It's the ranking second in command of a beast tribe. So basically, Kills in Shadow, she was a second, yeah. But why does that name sound familiar to me?
Missed seasons before hunger, before death, before humans hunted tribe.
Yeah. Where did your tribe range? She snorts and glances off to one side, red eyes distant.
Haven lands. Better than hard-jutting earth stone stalkers roam. Tribe had carved large territory. Lowlands with cold rushing rivers. Green trees that sliced at sky. Cast darkest shadows. Was good for hunting.
She sighs.
Was before Cairo's tribe challenged beast women for lands.
You were bulwark of your tribe, but you're strong enough to be a prima.
Fatebinder thought Kills in Shadow was prima? Could have been. Was stronger. Could have taken by blood. Old Prima was a mystic elder of tribe. Had grown weak with many seasons. Slaughtered first, then helped Creeping Death kill old Prima's brood, every son and daughter. Liked old Prima, but liked Creeping Death better.
I'm not gonna ask anything else. I'm gonna ask this one again. It's the same question, but apparently there's two conditions, and I wonder if she's gonna say something different. I don't think she would, but I just as a curiosity.
Fatebinder thought Kills in Shadow was prima?
Yeah, she says the same thing.
Old Lead conversation. Beast woman will...
Okay, see you later. We have places to be. I will talk to her later. Yeah, so basically that allowed me to get the experience for lore, but not really much, unfortunately. Well, not a different line, unfortunately. Like, it's kind of weird that it'd be like that. Usually when you have two different prerequisites for the same line, if either one of those gets it is met, then basically you get the line, and that's that. But apparently you get two lines. Each one, I don't know if that's a bug. I suppose it might be by design, but it's the first time we see that actually. But it could be by design. Could be one of the limitations of the dialogue system. Although I haven't seen many, and to be honest, this is probably the most advanced and complex and just advanced and state-of-the-art dialogue system in any game. These guys, Obsidian spent an inordinate amount of time. That's why they're so good. But an inordinate amount of time and money developing this this dialogue system. So much so that they even rent it out to other companies. Well, actually, only one company, In Exile, I think. Although I don't know if the guys from Divinity also have the same system. I doubt it, because it doesn't look like it at all. Well, it might be on the second game. Hopefully so. It's not that I hated the Divinity Original Sin dialogue system, but well, it could always be better. It could always be like this one, because this one is amazing. So let's have a chat with Graven Ashe. So last episode, if you have forgotten, or if you didn't see, basically we freed a guy that was being kept in a place to the east. Actually, I can't look at the world map from here, can I? No. I can if I go up there. Yeah, but so basically we freed a guy, and well, we completed our quests, our tasks. So I guess come back and anger this guy some more. Fatebinder, you return. Through his congenial smile, you just barely detect that Ashe is wincing. Hey, is something wrong, Archon, I guess? Archon. Nothing I can't handle. The war takes a toll on everyone it touches, but in my case, the price can be heavier than most. Yeah, this got to. I'm sure it has to do with this thing that he has with all his soldiers. He's probably taking the wounds on himself rather than having his soldiers take the wounds. So he's basically transporting the wounds. This works in some settings like that. Healers take on the wounds that they heal, and then they do stuff. It's weird, but I think it might be that. I suspected that from the beginning. I never voiced it, but I think so. He rises to full height and dismisses your concerns with an authoritative shrug of his shoulders. But never mind that. You didn't come to hear about an old man's aching joints. We have a realm to subjugate and people to break under the disfavored banner. What is it you inquire? Or require, rather. My search for Amelia takes me to the Rest Canyons. Oh, I'm pleased to hear of your progress. Rest Canyons was once a verdant pass for travelers, and one that many choke points on the way to the Sentinel stand. Now it's merely a garbage heap infested by rebellion. Okay, so... The Unbroken are seeking artifacts. And, yeah, there's a few things that we need to tell him about that. But let's see. I confirm that Amelia's unit was taken by Stratus Herodin's troops. Damn that corrupt inbred of a regent. If his death were not required to end the Edict of Storms, I would take pleasure in breaking him on the rack myself. I was devastated when Amelia's cohort vanished. A father's dread is not so different from a general's, and in my case I am twice cursed to suffer the pain of her absence. I still feel her presence. It's grown stronger even, so I know that she leaves, but I fear for her safety all the same. The Unbroken are seeking artifacts. That does make sense. With no means to kill Stratus Erodin from outside of Sentinel's stand, the only chance of breaching the wind wall would be through an artifact's power. The trouble is the number of artifacts scattered about the realm is anyone's guess, and I couldn't tell you which of them could get the job done. If these rebels are committed to the task, it's possible they know something more. I believe it was the custom of each of the regions to travel with some artifact in their possession. With all but one of their polluted bloodline killed during the conquest, the Unbroken are likely seeking a corpse among thousands. A fool's errand, but not an ignoble one. These artifacts... I'm thinking that both these artifacts... these probably are connected to the spires somehow. And that's probably connected as well to Kyrus' power, or at least Kyrus' ascent to power, because we don't really have any record of him or her. We still need to meet them, I guess. I mean Kyrus, to be able to at least make up my own mind as to what I will call him or her. And anyway, the Unbroken leader is Matthias. Or Matthias. Oh, Matthias. I have not come across his name, but yours is the most recent intelligence we've dredged from the region, so I can well believe that it's true. Whatever he calls himself, this upstart should be killed to set an example for his would-be army. Should you come across him, I expect his head to topple from his shoulders in good order. And then I will unlock the region. Good. I received word that my disfavored have cleared a path to Rust Canyons that should prevent any rebels from entering or leaving the area. You should make contact with Theodore, the lieutenant in charge of the attack. He will guide you from there. Well, thank you very much, sir. I will see you later. And we leveled up as well, which means that we can go ahead and, level up Verse. I'll see you in a little bit at, on our way to whatever we're going, the Rust Canyons. I think that's the name. It's actually over here. I thought it was gonna be over that way, but well, I guess it's not. Let's go. Who do we need to talk to? Theodore, Lieutenant something. It's a lieutenant, but I don't remember his name. I think it was Theodore or something like that. Okay.
By now, I'm sure the finest gear has already been picked out of the rocks.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the case. I mean, especially if they're looking for whatever artifact they're looking for. Wedged into these rocks are the iron trappings of soldiers killed by Kyrus' edict. Magical winds sheared away all flesh, leaving behind only rusting armor and weaponry. Yeah, that's this place for you. Who's that guy? What happened? An unbroken soldier struggles to rise to his feet. One arrow lodged in his shoulder, and the other in his thigh. He attempts to stand, but his muscles are too weak for the task. Are you all right, soldier? He turns to you in bafflement, squinting across the dust-strewn expanse, recognition barely evident in his gaze. You ironclads don't usually ask questions before you start shoving spears in our guts. He hacks up a wad of bloody phlegm. Surprised you can even string words together. Before you can continue, you both catch the sound of iron boots trudging closer. Yeah, no need to make enemies of a guy that's already dying. Okay, that's disfavored. His favorite soldier calmly approaches from the west. Well, actually, he was running, but that's Theodore right there. He regards the vulnerable southerner with a curled lip and a disapproving shake of his head. Weak and broken. Prisoners make for poor sport. Your escape was spirited, but damned foolish. He raises his sword and points it at the unbroken man's heart, poised to let it plunge and impale him to the filth-strewn ground. In one swift motion, he plunges his sword into the man's heart, pinning the fallen soldier to the rusted hearth. The disfavored soldier turns to the unbroken camp, frustration evident in his tone. Then his gaze shifts over to you and back to the walls. I have reinforcements now. Elia, if you open the gates, I can still make this easy on you. He passes you a knowing glance that suggests he's lying and proud of it. Was he shouting at somebody in there? You see a woman, that's her, I think he was. You see a woman stride purposefully into view atop a platform along the wall's edge. She lifts a spear and hurls it at Theodore, cursing under her breath when it breaks against the rocks. I'm so fucking tired of listening to you. Go shriek at someone else's fortress for a change and stop trying to impress me by hunting down unarmed prisoners. Maybe the ladies of the north get shivery over your bravado, but all it tells me is that your codpiece is emptier than your skull. I'm gonna say nothing. Actually, glare silently would be an... What's the difference? I mean, I'd say nothing if I glare silently. Unless when I say nothing, I let out a wind or something. I don't know. I don't believe we've been introduced. No shit! One ironclad or two, it makes no difference. These walls can stand against Kaiser's fury and your pig countrymen's saber rattlings. Make no mistake, Elia. You would be better served as my camp slave than as my enemy. Such a waste of good potential. He tips his head to the west. Fatebinder, let's consult when you have a moment. Okay. They seem both pretty spirited, although his task is, I mean, he's unfortunate to have to kill these guys out here, because it is his duty, so I suppose. That's why I didn't stop him or anything. You know, putting him out of his misery and all that. So we got over here minus 11 deflection and minus precision as well. That's not really that great. So that's just iron stuff. They are all kind of very, very similar. Can you use that? You can't use that. I don't think so. Let's just confirm. No, of course not. Over here, what do we have? Warden's short bow. Is that better than your short bow? Or actually, she doesn't have a short bow. She has a great bow. This one does more damage and is more accurate, but the range is not as great, and certainly not the armor penetration. And the damage output is not really necessarily something that I really care for at this point. So I'm just gonna put it over there, and we're gonna look around a little bit more. A bunch of corpses.
Seems others have tried to take this fort and failed. Repeatedly.
So we got Sky Blades and Resolute Blades out here. Let's also level her up, because I kind of forgot. So what do I need her to do? I need her agility. No, actually, I need her speed. That's accuracy. What's the speed? Minus 11% ability, but attack rating is not that. That's accuracy right there and armor deflection. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with accuracy here. Trying to bring that up a little bit more. And what else do I have in here? I can go Sense Weakness. This is a passive, isn't it? Yes. Plus 15% damage against targets affected by a damage over time. That is good. That is really good, because that means I can use her special abilities and basically do extra damage, because she has... Well, she really only has one, but in conjunction with Korra, those two might be very, very good together, I think. So we got a fatiguing toxin, and a disfavored iron sword that is not as good as the ones we have, I don't think. It's a little bit better for recovery, but maybe she needs it, actually, because she has some... What about those? Can you please tell me what these are? That'd be fantastic if you compare them to the proper ones. Well, apparently I don't really understand that. That's a twisted iron sword, and this one is, in comparison, it's a little bit worse. How about if I switch these around? They are... It's still a little bit worse. Okay, well, I'll remember that for the future. Put that down there and continue.
Let's see what
looking
falls
around.
out of you.
Let's not fall anything right now. Let's just... Oh. The unbroken captain looks down from the elevated platform, resting a heavy boot on top of the axe head buried in the wooden slats. She grips its handle as you approach. What do we have here? Her expression twists with sudden recognition. Aren't you the one who fucked over Agathon at Duskwatch? We have nothing to say to one another. Either you're Graven Ashe's favorite comfort soldier, or you just like to see honest folk die. Either way, you're a pile of beast shit to me. No matter what happens here, the Unbroken will take back Sentinel's stand and banish all of you northern piss thoughts from the tears. I'd rather die than see Stalwart under Kyrus' sigil. You can't imagine what I'd do to avoid it. Really? Sounds to me like you're just, fundamentalist, I guess. Do you truly believe you can win? I may die today, and Stalwart may remain a wasteland for another generation, but our people will remember. That memory will awaken a thirst only quenched by your overlord's blood. That hope is enough to keep me standing in defiance. Can I win? Probably not. Can Stalwart? Absolutely. Actually, she doesn't know what Kyrus is capable of. Her people, they won't remember. Because I think one of Kyrus' methods, or at least objectives, is to eradicate the previous culture and the previous memories. So basically they'll settle for Kyrus' peace, and I suppose it might be a better way of living in comparison, but they won't remember. They definitely won't. They'll be like, oh, look at us, we have all these nice things like food and water. I'm not gonna go back to the old ways, unless their old ways are pretty good. I don't know. The Unbroken stand in defiance of Kyrus' rule. My presence really should come as no surprise. Clueless lapdog, Elias spits. Of course I expected Kyrus to dispatch someone eventually. The Overlord isn't in the habit of making appearances. You seem smart enough to realize that the Overlord's wrath kills servants and foe alike. Why you aren't smart enough to do anything about it is a mystery to me. Well, I think I'm gonna need to get to know her a little bit better on the next episode. But for right now, I think it's gonna be it. I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Tyranny. Tyranny? Damn it, I said it again. I sometimes say it like that. It's not. It's Tyranny. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye. Tyranny, 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 Tyranny.